Leave your comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. Tell me what you think needs to be done in Jamaica. Because we don't only share the news over here, so we actually go into talking about solutions. Because this ain't going to stop until some solutions are put in place or some deterrents are put in place. Welcome to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most people. When you see me come home from work, right, and not even take off my scrubs, it's because the matter is urgent, yeah? Alright, so this story today, look, this is the view from in front of the house she was building, right? A view to die for. Check the house out. This is a mansion, right? She's fulfilling her dreams. And this is a picture of her and the man that she had been with for 13 years. Now let's talk about it. This story was ran in Loop, Star, Glean, or whatever else came out of Jamaica, but I am reading it from the Daily Mail out of the UK, alright, to show you how it's brought across in the UK. Alright, body is found in search for murdered British beautician. Police in Jamaica make grim discovery in garden of victim's dream home as her heartbroken boyfriend says he feels like he's been hit by a train. The body of Karen Cleary, a 44-year-old from North London, has been found in the garden of her dream home in Jamaica. In the Jamaican paper, it's described as a shallow grave which they covered with dirt and then a thin layer of cement. So them actually bury her for real. Karen, a hairdresser and beautician, had been in the Caribbean, which has been in Jamaica, building the property for her and her partner of 13 years. He is a sales manager and his name is Andy Kane. And here's another picture of Karen and Andy in happier times, of course. Her body was discovered by detectives digging at the property in St. Mary on the island last night. Police have earlier arrested a male laborer who had been working on the property on suspicions of her murder. Now, whatever made the police suspect that he was that responsible for enough to arrest him, we don't know those details yet. Maybe questioning. No. There are rumors out there. It hasn't been published by the police yet, but there's rumors out there that he actually confessed. Yeah. Right. Allegedly. It is rumored and it is alleged, but they have not confirmed yet that he did confess. He is still awaiting to be questioned. They're waiting for an attorney to represent him, for him to be questioned in the presence of that attorney. In the meantime, he'll probably have enough time to make up all kind of things. Her partner, Mr. Kane, 56 years old, from Southampton, Hants, confirmed the grim discovery in a Facebook post and asked friends to pray for her. He added, "I am so sorry to pass on the news that today, after a painstaking search, the time for hope and optimism has unfortunately passed. The body of the British beautician, missing in Jamaica, was discovered by police investigating her murder." Karen Cleary's partner broke the sad news that the search for the 44-year-old from North London was over and that she had gone to a better place. Let me stop and say something first. First of all, when I heard this news, when I saw this news break, this news broke by a online news media entity, and her boyfriend was the one that contacted them because he initially was saying it's been too many days past and he doesn't think that the police in Jamaica are doing anything about it. They're not treating it as an emergency then, right? So in total, it was 9 days before she was discovered. Some say 8, some say 9. It's saying here it was 9 days before she was found. Speaking to Mail Online, Karen's partner, Andy Kane, this morning confirmed that the identification of her body had to be done from her tattoos due to the grisly manner of how she was murdered. In other words then, her face was done beyond recognition. They had to use other things to identify her. He said, it is with huge sadness that I can now tell you that Karen's body has been discovered buried in the garden. Formal identification has taken place. It had to be done from pictures of her and from a distinctive tattoo that she has. Now, if you look at this picture right here on her left breast, you see that tattoo? We're guessing that it was that tattoo she was identified by. Because they could not recognize her face. I cannot go into the details of how she actually met her death, as it is just too hard to do so, too painful at this very moment. He said, Karen had been on the island, like I said before. She was managing the building of her dream home. She had planned to share this dream home with her partner, who she had been with for 13 years. 13 years. You know, I was thinking just now, like, no for uno can't even, I'm not even going to say no for uno. There's a certain thing about our culture, right? Like, today's people can't even stay together for 13 weeks, let alone 13 months. They were together for 13 years. I have a theory about this, a couple of theories, and I'm gonna be very careful how I say it, because I don't want to tarnish the dead, right? And I don't want to put rumors or anything out there. Just remember, these are my thoughts. You're up on SouFLoTV, you're gonna hear SouFLoTV thoughts. Alright? In a heartbreaking message to Karen's family, Mr. Kane, who is our boyfriend, urged them to please pray for her and to make sure you tell your loved ones how much that they mean to you while you still have the chance to do so. Karen has been on the Caribbean island to manage the building of her home, which she was going to share with him, but she disappeared 9 days ago and is alleged to have been killed by a laborer who has been working on the building project. He said, Tuesday, when I found out Karen was missing, I had a feeling that the freight train of reality was barreling down the track towards me. Today, it pains me to say that train has hit me hard. And Mr. Kane, who is 56, from Southampton, Hants, paid tribute to his beautiful partner of 13 years. He wrote, Karen has been the shining star in my world for over 13 years. That world has now turned into darkness indeed. Please, before you go to bed tonight, say a prayer for her, or whatever God you pray to, and also make sure, tell your loved ones how much they mean to you while you still have the chance. And he thanked the many well-wishers in Britain and in Jamaica who had offered their help and support. He said, thank you for all the love, concern, genuine offers of support that you have posted over the past few days. It has truly been appreciated. Karen had been missing on the island since November 25th. She went missing on November 25th. Today is the 3rd. Today is the 4th, right? Yeah. Today is the 4th of December. Mr. Kane had flown to Jamaica on Saturday to look for her when he stopped calling home, when she stopped calling home abruptly. Distraught Mr. Kane had previously told Mail Online that he feared that the search would not end well. He added that police would be searching the garden of the property with the help of the workman suspected of killing her. Karen, a hairdresser and beautician, was born in Jamaica, but she lived in Islington, North London, for about 20 years. She had traveled to Jamaica to build a dream home for herself and her partner to share. Karen is alleged to have gone to visit Portmore near the capital, Kingston, but Mr. Kane said he didn't believe that she had gone there for 1 minute. He added that her disappearance was totally out of character for her, and she would speak to him and her mother, Valerie Williams, on at least one occasion daily. Now, when I first got wind of this story, right? Check it. Here's a woman that called her husband and spoke to him every single day, multiple times for the day. You know, me did a joke. I was joking with Brains earlier and I said, you know, says a white man, and me sure him know Jamaican man them still, right? So, him probably there I talk about, I hope you not give away something down there, you know. Call me and FaceTime me. I want to see where you at. I want to see who you around. Some man very insecure like that, or some man just secure them property like that, if you understand what I mean. Not saying she was his property, but I'm just saying. Some man very much like that, right? Now, here's a woman that called multiple times a day, and the least she would call is at least once a day. A day had never gone by where she did not call to speak to him and her mother, right? That alone sent off red flags for him. Here's the other one that had me now thinking, and I'm going to tell you what I thought exactly. So, he said he spoke to family members of hers, and a particular family member told him that she had left and gone to Portmore with a group of people that had just visited the island. So she left and gone to Portmore, right? And he asked, with who? And they said with a group of people that just visited the island. He said right then and there, he knew that something was wrong because, for one, him and his wife always talk about the dangers of Jamaica, what's there. He said she's very well aware of what's there and she's not naive, yeah? She's not the kind of person to say, oh, it happens everywhere, I'll be safe there. She was very careful about who she hung around. She was very careful about who she spoke to, who she hung out with, where she went. She wasn't the type to just go every and anywhere and loosey, right? So that alone sent off red flags to him. It sent off red flags to me too, because right now I'm saying this. Whatever family member that was, you see, boy, you can't even trust family, you know. Whatever family member that was, police need to find out from Mr. Kane who it was he spoke to and draw in that family member there. Because why else would that family member be talking about Shigana Portmore? And she gone with a group of people that had just visited the island. That sounds like someone trying to cover something up. Let me cover my tracks just in case you try to find out who she went with. I don't have to give no description or anything. Them left already. They had just visited the island. They probably gone back to where they came from, right? That sounded very suspicious to me. Here's another theory that I had though. First of all, let me say this though before I go into my other theory. Jamaicans that are heading home to Jamaica, right, that still have this vision in your mind that you're going to retire and go home and build a house and your big house and your this and that and buy a nice vehicle and live. Please remember this. Please remember that Jamaica is riddled with crime and also riddled with people that see themselves as poor. You have a lot of young people there that don't want to work. They prefer to be involved in a life of crime. Not just young people, whole heap of grown ass older people in it too.
Alright, so let me use this as a moment to teach you something. You see this Benz? You see this Mercedes Benz right here? When you are able to go back to Jamaica and bring in cars like these, right? These things bring jealousy. You see this house? When you're able to go back and build something like this, it brings jealousy. And a lot of the times the jealousy isn't even from strangers, it's from your own family members. Check it. When then on top of that she came with this. He's a white man, he's not Jamaican. So that alone I don't know, but in Jamaica they have this perception that a white man him have money. Especially to see the Benz come in and then the big house like that. People start differently. So you got to move silent and be very careful.
Right? And please understand that the romanticism that you have in your mind of your old neighborhood or old Jamaica before you left it. If you've been overseas for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you could possibly be at risk. So I've done videos before where I talk about, yo, you need to go home and you need to go home on a regular basis. You need to go home and you need to build links and connections. You need to go home and you need to sit in and you need to observe. You need to see who around what. You need to understand the rhythm of the place. You understand? Because all the things that you think you know, that don't exist no more. And you are a stranger. Even to your family members, you are a stranger. You know them same family member that will say, "Want me send me something now?" And you send them a little £50, a little £100, and them a say, "Lad, got that this essential." Yeah man, thank you. Some of them don't even say thank you. That them want £500 and them kind of thing there. Yeah? You send down 2 pair of shoes. Me no want no used shoes. You better send down some red bottoms, brand new. And you there foreign, you can't even afford red bottoms. You don't even wear them unless them are knockoff. Or you would rather put your money in more productive places than. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same family members that you gotta watch out for. More than likely, I think, here's my other theory. It's either family did this to her or set her up to do this to her. And people might say, why? Why would family set her up to do this to her? Because if they kill her, the white man that don't come from Jamaica, what he's gonna do, he's gonna run away and leave that property. He's not gonna demolish the house. And there are a lot of properties in Jamaica that are abandoned by people who started building and get rushed out of the island. Yeah. So they had to leave their house. Read this comment section under this video and I guarantee you they will be here telling their stories. SouFlo, me have my house in Jamaica, you know. My nice house. My dream house built already. Me have to run well left it and go back to Canada in the cold. Me have to run well left it and go back to England. My family member take it on strip club and all kind of something and shop. Like, I've heard all kinds of stories. So they could take it. It was built up enough where them can say, yeah man, me find money and put it in the window them and furnish it and them think they are finished off the work. Land done by already, house done, built up already. It could be that. Here's another one, and you know, I go outside the box. So check it. There's a trend going on, right? Where, so for instance now, me and Brains married, right? Me send her go down to Jamaica and say, yo, babe, go see your family no man. Pressure her, you know, go see your family man. Me not go this trip. You and them go spend some time together. She's thinking, yo, my baby him love me and everything him want me go see the family. You care about me and my family. Meanwhile, I'm no stranger to the island. So me just pay a one man a 10 grand US. He happy. That's her when she come down there. I have a 500,000 or a $1 million life insurance policy on her up here. I've heard those stories before. I've actually had a family call in and ask me to talk about it because it happened to their uncle. Yeah. So I'm thinking her husband ain't no stranger to Jamaica. You know, some people are gonna say, SouFlo, no, don't dirty up the man name. You know, Jamaican people stay already. The man white, so it must be right. Subconsciously, they're already defending him. Like, I'm not allowed to think out the box. I'm just putting different scenarios on the table. And to the husband, if him I watch this, I'm not saying you did it. I'm just putting different scenarios on the table. Here's another theory that I have. She was romantically involved with somebody else other than her husband. And something went wrong there. Yeah? Face beatings until you can't even recognize her. That sounds a hell of a lot of rage. So those are my 3 theories. But either way, like I said, this is what it's come to. Now one time the people I'm telling their... Now when you see headlines in foreign papers that say stuff like, retirees returning to Jamaica face extreme murder risk, says police. And Jamaica returnees are warned of violence by High Commissioner. This was the Telegraph and the other one was in the Guardian. These are 2 British papers, right? My people are in such a denial. There are still people that are going to say stuff like this. She probably be involved in something, man. Or they're going to say something like this. There's a covert operation going on. Like, you know, the 3-letter word people them start with the C or start with the F. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Me not call them people in name too right because they show up. Yeah? People are going to try to say it's that going on because they don't want returnees taking all the money that they earned over the years back to the island and building the economy. People are going to start to all that. Don't you notice every time that these murderers, the killers are caught, I know some regular Joe Schmo Jamaican. We don't want to work. Or jealousy, envy, greed. It ain't never none of the theories that y'all come up with. So them people that y'all can stop that. Whether it's family or not, it's Jamaican killing Jamaicans. It's sad, man. It's sad. So what am I supposed to tell people now when them say, me, SouFlo? Jamaica pretty and nice, but we go as tourists. And or the people them that say, not even as a tourist, me now go back there. Me we go Antigua, Grenada, Barbuda, somewhere. It hurts me one time people say, oh, I was in Grenada recently and I was out like all hours of the night, all the way back to the morning, like literally walking the streets. And I'm safe. That our people should feel that safe in other Caribbean islands. That says a lot. That says a lot. And guess what? We can't always blame government because it's the mentality of the people. I said before, if any group of people or organizations drop 1 million guns in Jamaica, if all the people in Jamaica respected each other, loved each other, and respected life, not one of those guns would go bow on our own. The gun would have just stay there and pile up. So we can't blame people for bringing guns in without blaming those willing to pick them up and use them against their own people. Right? It's the same thing for the killing mentality and the greed. Ain't nobody making you greedy. Y'all make your damn self greedy. Gravelicious, greedy, red eye, hateful, jealous, envy, all that. That's what's going on. Yes, I still say that the government in Jamaica could do something because, trust me, if there were consequences to these crimes, you don't hear about none of this stuff in certain Arab countries. Yeah, like I was saying, man, you won't hear about these things in certain Arab countries or certain Far East countries because the consequences are so severe. You kill, you take a life, your life is taken. You steal things that's not yours, hand gone. You thief again with your one hand, you have no hands. Like, Jamaica needs to be that beautiful island again where the world knows that, yo, this is one place I'll go to have fun, but I damn sure ain't going there to do no crime. And the citizens need to be looking at it as that as well. Boy, I need to grow up and I realize, say, yo, that? No, sir, not for me. And of course, people are going to defend that and say, well, if we do like they do, we're just as barbaric as... Well, what's the solution then? Because ain't no solution there other than that. Oh, no, it's set to get worse. It's getting worse. Let me close this video by saying this. This is the second person in short order that I did the video for. Babe, you notice I'm not even going to post my video? I did the video for again. And I said in my video when I did it, I fear the worst for her. Because, and it's the same thing with the white woman from the US. Nancy, I said the same thing about her. And the result was the same. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I gave solutions just now. It's up to them to use the solution. Yeah? Alright? I'm out. Rest in peace to this young lady, man. She lose her life. Bad. Whatever the cause may be, I know her family is grieving. And she certainly was accomplishing her dreams. Wow. I'm out. Peace.
Life is a journey. One way a ticket, sometimes slow.